Hello there. I have a question for you. Have you ever dreamed of having a job that you looked forward to going to? Anyone who's interested in aviation and wants a career that's always interesting with great benefits should consider aviation. Aviation has benefits that are enticing to those who know about them. There can be travel opportunities for work and training, plus flight benefits that can include free flights all over the world. There can be immense satisfaction in the work you do and being paid well to do it. The work itself can be diverse, interesting, and challenging. There is a low chance of doing the same boring thing day after day. A unique work schedule can also help things stay interesting. One thing is for sure, there will always be a need for people in aviation, which means there will always be aviation jobs available. There can be incredible travel opportunities, some of which you cannot get in other career fields. From travel for work and training to free flights for your vacation. I've been sent to training many different places, from Houston, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Indianapolis, Indiana, Cincinnati, Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio, and Knoxville, Tennessee, to name a few. I also had temporary work assignments, which means extra money, in places like Washington, D.C., Norfolk, Virginia, Roanoke, Virginia, Houston, Texas, and Atlanta, Georgia. I also used my flight benefits to take vacations around the world many times. I even flew first class from New York to Germany for free. And if you've ever flown first class on a really long flight like that, it's great. Aviation can be an incredibly rewarding career with competitive pay. There are many different types of aviation careers, each of which have their own type of reward. Pilots have the satisfaction of getting passengers to their destinations safely and on time, while maintenance personnel make sure the aircraft is safe and ready to fly. On one occasion, I was working what they call line maintenance, and I was called out to an airplane that had an issue. You're usually only given little information, and I was told there was a broken overhead bin. So I immediately got over there, and the airplane was completely full of passengers. I mean, sold out. And I walked on, and every eyeball on that airplane was staring straight at me. And I went to the back of the plane where the broken bin was, and of course, somebody just had a big bag and were trying their best to get that bin closed, and it came off the track. So I knew what the problem was, and it's a simple fix on that aircraft. So I quickly fixed it, and everyone on the airplane clapped as I was leaving, and it was just a very good feeling because I know how those people feel, and they're hoping not to miss their connection flight, or just hoping to get to their destination on time. Maybe it's a vacation or visiting family. You just never know. And to feel that appreciation is something that you probably don't get in a lot of careers. Now, when you take a look at pay, you can see that in 2023, aviation maintenance positions were on average paid higher than the combined average of all other careers. And this chart illustrates that. It shows avionic technicians averaging $77,000, while the average of all other occupations is $48,000. Aviation will always need people, which leads to a stable workplace. Companies may come and go, but once a person has experience in aviation, finding a job can be easy because the public will always need to fly or to get items shipped by air quickly. Because of that fact, aviation jobs' pay, retirement, and benefits can be much better than other career fields. In 2023, avionics and aviation maintenance jobs were growing at a higher rate than all the other careers. And if you take a look at this map, you can see the annual mean wage of aircraft mechanics and service technicians by state. So one example would be where I live, Tennessee. The average is $72,000 to $80,000, which with our cost of living, that's a pretty good wage. Now, my first job in aviation after the Air Force lasted for 18 years. I chose to leave that company, but I took a well-established 401k with me that my former employer paid to manage and contributed to. When I decided to leave that company, the company that I currently work for found me and offered me more money, and it is a great place to work with many opportunities for advancement. And it's actually the company I work for right now has more work than space to do it, so they are expanding once again. They're expanding to a 4th location. So aviation can be a job that is diverse, interesting, and challenging. When I was directly involved in aircraft maintenance, which some people call turning wrenches, every night was different. The work scheduled may be the same, but no 2 nights were ever the same. Each night presented some kind of unique challenge. One night, a mechanic and I were troubleshooting a problem on an aircraft for most of the night. We followed the manual, which was telling us what we should do to fix it, and we tried everything we could, but we couldn't fix it. So after talking to an older, very experienced mechanic, he told us to try something unconventional and to fix the problem. Aviation can have unique work schedules. There can be 8, 10, and even 12-hour shifts, plus your days off can vary. And overnight aircraft maintenance is pretty common. The reason for this is because this is when most aircraft sit on the ground. I worked a 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. shift for many years, but there are also many day shift jobs. So your days off can also be unique. The 8-hour shift is pretty standard. It's 5 days on with 2 off. But if 10-hour shift is 4 days on and 3 off. And a 12-hour shift has alternating days. So for example, my shift that I worked was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I had every other Saturday off. So all of these can vary, obviously. So if you are looking for more than the typical 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, you will probably like one of these schedules. In today's job market, obtaining a job that you enjoy can be difficult. A career in aviation can provide unique benefits, including amazing travel opportunities, competitive pay, and a stable workplace. It can be a very rewarding career that is diverse and challenging. And if you have a desire to avoid that typical 9 to 5, typically aviation can provide you with a unique work schedule. So you should talk to someone who works in aviation and ask them why they chose their career and why they continue to do it. And the next time you fly, look around the aircraft and think about the people responsible for your safety. Thank the people at the gate, people on the jet bridge, the pilots, and even the flight attendants. Perhaps even talk to an aviation school and inquire about an aviation career that interests you. Well, I hope you've enjoyed my presentation, and thank you for watching.